Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, welcome. My name is Christiane, otherwise known here as IHeartAirbrush, and today we're going to be diving into the brand new Dose of Colors Smokey Soiree Palette. Alright, so to keep this video short and sweet, I'm just going to kind of go through what I'm going to do prior and then just get into it. So to prep my eyes, I used my go-to Urban Decay Primer Potion and the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue Concealer in the shade 16. This is medium tan. But yeah, so now that the eyes are prepped, let's go in with the palette. So the palette looks like this, nice and sleek, has the names on the back and all that good stuff, and then the shades look like this. Let me go ahead and turn this over so like you can get a better view of the shades there. So this is what we're working with today. And I'll go ahead and walk you through each color I'm using before I go ahead and go into it. So the first shade that I'm going to lay down is this shade here. This is called Fired Up. It's this reddish, like almost like a mauve-y reddish shade it looks like on camera, but in person it looks more like a brick red, almost like a deep like terracotta almost. I'm terrible at describing colors, so I'm just going to stop doing that. It's the reddish shade in the palette. Alright, so to start this look off, I'm just going to take a blending brush. I'm going to try to keep this as low as possible here because I've been practicing a lot with traditional shadows and I've been getting carried away and not really liking the end result. So I'm going to try to keep it a little bit lower today. So I'm just taking this Dose of Colors blending brush. I'm just going to go ahead and dip into that shade. And then we're going to go in. So it's definitely more of like a deeper maroony kind of red. I said I would stop describing it, but you know, I touched on it before. I want to correct myself if I need to. So far it's blending really nice. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and just take a clean fluffy brush and just kind of buff that all out. Make sure everything's nice and blended. Okay, looks good. So what are we going to do next, huh? Alright, so the next shade I'm going to go in with is the brown shade here. Is this one right here, and this one is called On the Rocks. So we're going to go in with On the Rocks, and we're just going to go ahead and apply that to this general area right here, outer corner, outer V, and into the natural crease of the lid. Taking this like packer brush to do so. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. Okay, then I'm going to go back in with a fluffy brush. And I'm going to take some more of the first shade that we laid down. And that one was called Fired Up. And we're just going to go ahead and blend out that edge above the On the Rocks. Okay. And then the next thing I want to do is apply the deepest shade. And that shade is called Midnight. And that's the deepest shade in the palette right here, called Midnight. We're going to take that one, and I'm almost going to create like a faux wing. Like a smoky wing, I guess, using the powdered shadow. So I'm going to take it out to a certain point and just kind of like so. This is a very pigmented black shadow. It's not messy. I can definitely appreciate that. It's pretty easy to work with. I think that's a pretty shape. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye. And then I'm gonna go in with a little detail brush. This is the pencil brush. Going back into that midnight shade. And I'm just going to press it in here. And then blend. There we go. Creating like that hooked big shape. I'm just gonna do the same thing to the other eye. Then I'm gonna go in with a detail brush. And I'm gonna go back into the shade Fired Up, which is the red shade in the palette. And I'm just going to soften this all up. So far, everything is like blending really nicely on top of each other. So I'm not too worried about having to be too careful. Okay, then I'm gonna be taking On the Rocks, which is the brown shade. Just going over the black. Nice and light. Okay, and then I am going to go in with the shimmer shade Out and About, which is the gray shimmer shade in the palette. It's right here. I'm going to take out my finger. It's pretty. And I'm just going to apply it to the lid. It's really pretty. That reminds me of the shimmer shade that was in the Mickey palette. So I'm just going to build it up in the center and then use my fingers just to kind of blend it. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. So now that I have that done, we're just going to take a little brush. Actually, I'll take a smaller brush and just kind of blend out the edges of that. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with a brush that came in the palette. And I'm going to dip back into the red shade, which is Fired Up. This one right here. We're just going to pack a little bit on right here. Give the look a little bit of structure again. Okay, and then using the same brush, I'm going to go dipping into On the Rocks. And I'm just going to feather blend. And then I'm going to dip into Midnight and just back onto the lid. Like so. Alright, so now I'm just going to go ahead and clean up a little bit of the fallout because there is some glitter fallout. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my airbrush base, face, and all of that. So I'll go ahead and speed through that. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get that done and then we'll finish up the eyes. Alright, so now that the rest of the face, all the airbrush makeup and all of that stuff is done, I'm going to go back in with the Smoky Soiree Palette. And we are going to go in with the deepest shade first, which is Midnight. And I'm going to take that on my little angled brush here. And I'm just going to sharpen up and just add on that black. I like that this palette has a black shadow. And then now that that is done, let's go in with the detail brush. I'm just going to take a little bit of this shade. It's called Fired Up. And I'm just going to kind of touch up right here because I feel like there's a sparse area right here. And then I'm going to take the brown shade because I don't really want red on the lower lash line. I'm going to take the brown shade in the palette, and that's called On the Rocks. And I'm just going to apply that to the lower lash line. Okay, and then I'm going to take a little bit of Midnight, and I'm just going to press that into this outer corner right here. And then I'm going to take the other end and just kind of buff and blend. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to take the last shade in the palette that I have not used yet, and that is that beautiful shimmery champagne color, and that is called New to Town, or New in Town, sorry, New in Town, which is this one right here. I'm going to go ahead and go in with that on the tear duct. So I'm just going to take it with my pinky finger, and I'm just going to, there we go, apply it to the tear duct. Slightly blend up a little bit. Oh, that's pretty and sparkly too. Blend that a little bit on the lower lash line. Oh, that's really pretty. Okay. Alright, so the eyes and the face are about done. So the last thing I'm going to do now is just apply some mascara, false lashes, and then throw on a lippy, and then we will go ahead and wrap this video out. Alright, so I went ahead and finished off the look. I applied mascara, lashes, and then the lip. The lip is a mixture of Rimmel London's Lasting Finish lip liner in the shade Tiramisu. And I topped that with the Dose of Colors Just Because gloss. I think it works perfectly with this look. I'm digging it right now. I'm liking it. So yeah, this is the finished look. The lids are just super beautiful. I cannot say enough about like the vibrancy of the sparkle in the Dose of Colors shadows. They're just, they're so punchy even in regular lighting. Like you can just see the sparkle. It's like this really weird dimensional thing happening on my lids right now, and it's super beautiful and super stunning. I say weird because it's not something that I'm used to seeing, especially on my lids. So like it's just super pretty. I am in awe of it. I did do a couple of clips with the flash on my eyes, and stunning. Absolutely stunning. Multi-dimensional glitter inside. There are so many colors in these glitter particles that are micro fine. It's just Dose of Colors, you done did it. You done did it. You mixed the mattes of your 5-pan palettes with the punchiness of those Block Party shimmers. Only I feel like these ones are even more fine than the Block Party ones, because I only got the one Block Party one, but I feel like this one, when I did the little light flash thing, the little flash thing on the lids here, I felt like it was a lot more punchy, like it was a lot more shimmery. There were a lot more colors within that shimmer. Beautiful. Stunning. Absolutely love the palette. I definitely will be using this again. So am I happy that I picked it up? Absolutely. I would do it all over again if I had to. The Smoky Soiree palette is absolutely beautiful. What you see from the Dose of Colors Instagram or social media or wherever they're promoting it is what you're gonna get. It is just a beautiful combination of shades. It's romantic, it's sexy, it's sultry. The palette as a whole, I absolutely love. I love the packaging. The packaging is nice, compact, yet sleek. Even the box, the Unicard, are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? Sleek, okay? I don't typically keep these, but you know what? Maybe. Or probably not, because I don't like a lot of clutter. So I might not keep this, but you know, this is all you really need. I absolutely love how sleek it is. I love the colors. I love that the names are on the back. I love that there is no talc in this. I love it's cruelty free. There's just so many things that I love about Dose of Colors and their 5-pan palettes. I love it. I think that it's really, really great, and I'll definitely be using this palette again. Stay tuned for my next video. I will be featuring the other palette because I did go ahead and pick up both of them. I picked up the Cutting Edge palette as well, so I will be doing a look featuring this one along with swatches and all that good stuff in case you are interested in that color story. But my initial view of the two palettes when they both got released was my eye was really drawn to the Smoky Soiree. So this is the one that I wanted to go ahead and dip into first, and that's what we did today. So I hope you found this video helpful and informative. I also hope that you found it entertaining, because we like to be entertaining here. I know it's a little bit odd seeing me do a little bit more traditional makeup than airbrush makeup, but you know, it's quarantine. This is the time to try new things, you know. So I do airbrush makeup on the day-to-day. That's a normal thing for me. So during quarantine, when I don't have to go out, I'm playing with traditional makeup. I'm learning, and I'm trying to go ahead and develop my skills with traditional makeup, or at least trying to get them close to my skills with an airbrush. So, you know, I'm going to keep practicing, I'm going to keep trying, and I hope you guys are enjoying following me here on my journey. You know, trying traditional makeup as well as blending traditional and airbrush makeup together. So yeah, so that's about it. I just don't want to go ahead and ramble on too much and take too much of your time. So I want to thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day and spending it with me. I greatly appreciate it. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. And yeah, thank you so much again for watching, and I hope to see you all in my next one. Bye.